The next question is I'm curious if you have any opinions on Carl Jung's work, such as the persona, shadow, archetypes, and is there a relationship between what's archetypal and universal grammar, in the sense that there's an intrinsic structure that gives rise to patterns of experience?
Well, I was interested in Jung's work occasionally, wrote about it a little, but mainly because of an interest in studying the question of unconscious mental activity. And by unconscious, I mean inaccessible to consciousness. There's plenty of unconscious things that are accessible. You can bring them out if you think about them. Freudian psychotherapy is based on the idea that you can elicit them by the proper means. But what about inaccessible consciousness? It's very hard to find in the whole history of thinking about this subject. I have had a hard time finding any clear examples of looking into inaccessible, unconscious mental activity. Jung is one of the few exceptions. His archetypes are not accessible to consciousness, at least as I understand what he's writing. They're somehow there, they frame what we do, the way we look at things, but you can't find them by introspection. Well, if that's the case, if that's a correct interpretation of Jung and the tradition, then he might be an unusual, close to unique exception to the belief that what's unconscious is accessible to consciousness. That's almost a dogma of modern philosophy. With some philosophers, it is a doctrine. Van Quine, John Searle, others. It's a principle that if it's a mental act, it has to be accessible.